randomization and Python list. Okay, so shall we start now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first of all, randomization is very useful in any programming language, because if you want to create any game, so in any game randomization is the very important factor, right? Or if you want to create something different, then we need randomness. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the random module to achieve these things. Okay, and at the end of the day, or in the next session, rather at the end of this topic, we will create one game which is known as rock, paper and scissors. Okay, so at the end of this session, we'll create this game. Now we are going to discuss randomization first. So randomization, if you want to manage randomization, if you want to create some random number, or if you want to use that random number in different ways, we have to use the random module. Okay, so up to now we haven't seen about the module in the Python programming. Okay, so now, as I told in the first lecture, that Python language is very powerful because of the modules available, and they are developed by Python team. So Python modules are available. You can anytime include in any program. So directly available code, we can use it. Okay, so random is one of such modules which is very powerful for random number management, and we are going to discuss on that. Okay, so first of all, let us take one simple program. Okay, so to manage the random numbers, we first of all import a random module. So here random is a module. Let me make little bigger. Okay, so random is a module and import is a keyword. Okay, so using the import, we can include any module in our program. Okay, so if you want to know something about random, okay, we can see the documentation. I will tell you after 5-10 minutes. Okay, so to use the random functions, that means the functions available with the random module, we will use it with the random. For example, say random integer is equal to, say, random. This random is name of the module which we are supposed to write, because suppose there are more than one modules which we have imported in our program, then we have to specify that for which module we want to write this statement. So here I will write say random dot rand int. So rand int is a function which will give you a random number between a specified range. For example, here we can say a comma b. That means any random number between a and b, which is integer, where a and b both included. Normally in mathematics, to include the boundary numbers, we use the square bracket. But here it is part of the function syntax. We use the round bracket, or we can say braces. And here a and b both are included. So if I write like this 5, 10, then I will get the random number between 5 and 10, and both 5 and 10 included. And as I have used random integer, rand int is a function, so I will get integer. So any number between any integer between 5 and 10 and both included. Let us print this. Print random integer. Okay, so let us run this. So you are getting 5, next 10, next 6, next 9, next 10, 5, and so on. Okay, so every time you will get different number which must be a random. Okay, so using rand int, we can print a random integer. For example, I say 15, 100, so that it will be a bigger range. Okay, now if we run every time, we'll get different numbers: 76, 59, 21, 90, 25, and so on. Okay, so random dot rand int into bracket a comma b will give you the random integer between this a and b, where both a and b are included. Okay, I think before we go further, let me tell you that how to see the documentation of this module random. Okay, so normally programming is an open book examination. No need to memorize the things. As far as syntax is concerned, is function is concerned, we can go to the documentation and we can see if we want. Okay, otherwise on practice we can use them very easily. Okay, now let us see, suppose if we want to see the documentation of the modules which are available. So first of all, you will go to Google. Okay, and you will type askpython.com. So if you go askpython.com, you will able to get this screen. Okay, here you type random module, just enter. You will get this screen. Click on the random module. So you will get the functionalities available with the random module. For example, seed, get state, sets state, get, and so on. Several functions are available. You can use, you can see its syntax, you can see its functionality. Suppose we have discussed this one, rand int ab. So it returns a random integer between a and b, both inclusive. This also rises a value error if a is greater than b. This is very important. You cannot write 5,3. It will give you error. Okay, so a must be less than or equal to b. It can be between 5 and 5, right? But it cannot be between 5 and any number which is less than 5. Okay, so in this way you can see all the functions available. For example, here random is a function which is available, which we are going to discuss next. It returns the next random floating point number between 0.0 to 1. Okay, now let us see this. Okay, so this is integer, but if we want a floating point number which is a random number, so we can say random float, rather any name we can give. Random float is a random dot random is a function. Okay, so first random I have written is name of module which I am supposed to write, dot, and the functions. Okay, you can assume this random module as a class, right, which can have variables as well as functions. So random is a function which is part of the random module, or we can say random class, just for assumption. Okay, because a class contains variables as well as functions. Okay, so random is a function now which can give you a floating point random number between 0.0 to 1.0. Okay, so we can say 0.000 and so on, but here 1 is not included. Remember, in the integer we took 15 to 100, means both 15 and 100 included, whereas the random is a function which will give you a floating point random number between 0.0 to 1.0, but here 1.0 is not included. Okay, so you can say it is 0.00001 to 0.9999 and so on. Okay, so we'll run this and we'll see int random float. Okay, let us run this. 0.53, one number, you can see another number, another random number, another random number, and so on. Okay, But suppose now if you want a random number between say 0 to 5, what you will do? Can you do this thing? Friends, you try to print a random number between 0 to 5 and not between 0 to 1. How will you do that? You just try and put your code in the chat box. Okay. It will take hardly 2 sentences. You just write and try. Okay. Okay, let us see. Suppose for example, this number is between 0 to 1. We want between 0 to 5. So simply multiply these number with 5. Okay. Let us make this as comment. Even let me make this as also comment. Let's run. Okay, 3.44, 3.71, 1.39, 125 and so on, 3.85, 3.59, 4.01, 2.094, 4.14 and so on. Okay, so in this way we can generate the range which we want from the 0 to 1. For example, if you want a number between 5 to 10, okay, so this is between 0 to 5. So if you want it between 5 to 10, just add 5 in this. So you will get random number between 5 to 10. Let us see. 9, 8, 7.75, 8.69, 5.09 and so on. Okay. Is it clear? So using these randint and random, we can use or we can generate random integer as well as random floating point number. Okay. Now next we are going to see is Python list. Let me minimize this. Okay. Now we are going to see about Python list. Okay. What is Python list? Let me take a new file. Okay. So Python list is a simple list as we are familiar with. Is a number of items we normally write in the square bracket. Okay. For example, I can say items is equal to into bracket item 1 comma item 2. Okay. So this is my list, right? Where you can have as many number of items as you want enclosed in the curly brackets. So all the items which are variable or constant. Please hold down. Let me attend the phone. Okay. Hello. 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 Okay, let us continue. Okay, let us continue. We were talking about list. So list is nothing but number of items we put them in a square bracket. Okay, here items is the name of the list, and item 1 and item 2 are the members of the list. Okay, now this item 1, I have written string. This is another string. It is not necessarily string. It can be of any of the 4 types of variables. For example, if I say write fruits is equal to say apple, cherry, and pear. Okay. Now let me print this. Okay. So simply just by giving name of the variable or name of the list in the print statement, we can print the list. Okay, let us run this. Let me give name test2. Okay, apple, cherry, and pear. Right now, as we were using subscript with the string, we can also use the subscript to individually access all the elements. Okay, now before we go for subscript, let us also check where other type of variables are accepted or not. For example, let me add say 5. It can be true. It can be any some floating point number, say 13.2 and so on. So this is string type. This is numeric, rather integer. This is Boolean, and this is floating point number. So these items of the list can be of any type of variable or constant. Here 5 is a constant, 13.2 is a constant, true is again a constant. Okay, I have written all the constants. We'll see we can put variable also, that we will see later. Okay, so let us run it now. Okay, we got all the elements, right? Now these elements can be accessed with the help of subscript, and subscript always starts from 0. Okay, so if we write say 2, again subscript we write into square bracket. This square bracket doesn't mean that it's a list. Okay, for list also we will use square bracket, and for subscript also we are using the square bracket. So fruits 2 will return what? Pear, right? Because 0, 1, 2, it will return the third element. Okay, print this. So we are getting pear. As we will be able to minus subscript with the string. Here also we are able to use the minus subscript. For example, if I write say -2, then what will be printed? True, because from if we use the minus subscript, it will start from right hand side, and from right hand side it will start from -1. So there is no like -0 kind of things. Okay, so this will be -1 and this will be -2. So -2 means second elements from right hand side. So we'll get true, right? Okay, so you will get true as an output. Okay, now if you want to extend the list, means if you want to append something to the list, so we can say fruits dot append into bracket new item. Okay, as we know, for string you can use either single quote or double quote. Okay, so append can append only one element, and the meaning of append, as we know, it will be added as the last element of the list. Okay, so new item will be added as the last element in the list, and if we try to print this, we will get the new added elements in the list. Okay, new item, right? Okay, suppose if you want to add more than one item, then we cannot use append. We have to use extend. For example, extend. Now, when there are more than one item, it must be a list. Okay, so it must be a list. New item 1, comma, new item 2, comma, false. That's it. So 3 new elements will be added at the end of the list. Let us see. Okay, we have got error because okay, we forgot to complete the brackets. Okay. Okay, so new items, new item 1, new item 2, and false. All the 3 elements are added. Okay. Now to see the other functionalities, again we go to the documentation. So we'll go to Google. Okay. We can see that docs. We can go to docs.python.org. docs.python.org/3, because of version we have to write 3, and tutorial. Okay, if we do this, we'll be able to know about all the functions. Okay, now this is a data structure. List is a data structure, and we want to know more about that. So let us click this. Okay, so you can see here the functions available with the module, or we can say with the list data structure. First one is append, that we have already seen. Extend we have also seen. Okay, insert I, X. So if you want to insert any element at a particular index, so up to now whatever we have seen, the 2 functionalities, that is append and extend. Using this we are able to add the elements at the end of the list. But if you want to insert any element in between the list, we can use the insert function, right? For example, say insert fruits dot insert, say particular position 3, comma, say between. I'm going to insert the item between at position number 3. Okay. Now if I will try to print Control V, let me make this as comment. Let me make this as comment. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements at the third position, or we can say subscript 3. We want to insert. So after 3 elements, I will be able to insert because subscript starts from 0. So at subscript number 3, this between will be inserted. Okay, let us run this. Okay, so apple, cherry, pear, and between is inserted. Okay, so using insert, we can insert any element in the list in between anywhere at a particular index. Okay, so here index is 3 means 0, 1, 2, and at the third index, the element will be inserted. Okay. Now, let us see another functionalities. Say remove. Remove the first item. See, append and extend was adding the items at the end of the list. Whereas if you remove any element, it will be removed from the first position of the list. Okay. It arises a value error if there is no such item. तो अगर आपके पास ऐसी आइटम नहीं है जो आप x की वैल्यू जो दे रहे हैं, then there will be error. Okay. So remove the first item from the list whose value is equal to x. Remember, not the first element, but whose value is x which appears first time in the list. For example, suppose I have the list is like this. Fine. Okay. Now if I try to remove remove 5. Okay. So this 5 will be removed because it is the first occurrence. So when there are more than one such element in the list, then only the word first is affected. Otherwise, if all the elements are unique, then there is no question of whether it starts from first or last. Okay. So here if we do this and if we try to print this, okay, you can see the 5 which was appearing before true is now removed. Okay. Next is pop. Okay. So remove the items at the given position in the list. So this is index. In subscript, it is written I means it is index. So if you don't know the element and if you know the position, then also you can remove. Instead of doing this, I say pop and say 3. Okay. So what happens? Oh, let me take 2. So at position number 2, that is 0, 1 and 2. So this pair will be removed, right? Okay, apple cherry pair is removed, 5 true and 5, right? So if you don't know the exact value of the variable to be removed from the list, or we can say item to be removed from the list, you can give the position also. Okay. Now let us go to the documentation. In this way, I'm not going to check all the options available here. You can use the remaining options. You can try. Okay. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me or you can mail me. Today I will provide you my mail. Okay. If you have any difficulty, you can send me the code. Okay. I will try to sort out your problem. Okay. Now next. Okay. Now we are going to write one program. The name of the program is who will pay the bill? Who will pay the bill? Okay. The program is like this. A group of students or friends, we can say, have planned to go for the dinner or lunch, but they have decided that we will select one person randomly and that person will pay the bill. Okay. But before you write program for this, let me give you one more important facilities, or we can say feature. For example, say I say names of friends is equal to input who are going for lunch. Okay. Let me take \n so that we can input in the next line. Okay. Next is names is equal to names underscore friends. That means the variable which we have used dot split bracket quotation comma. So now for preparing the list, I will not write all the items in the quotation and then comma. I will simply write them straight away from the keyboard. Okay, separated by comma, and it will create automatically list with all the items you have given as an input. For example, here if we try to print names, okay, let us run this. Say Ajay, Vijay, Sanjay, Rakesh. Okay, these 4 friends are going to. So I have just simply typed the name, no quotation, nothing. It will be converted into list Ajay, Vijay, Sanjay, and Rakesh, so that we can use all the functionalities of the list. Okay, so now you have to find out a random item from the list. Okay, using the random module and print the message that who is going to print the bill, pay the bill. Okay, pause the video and try to complete the challenge. Okay, I'm waiting for 10 minutes. Okay. So you can start now. Okay, those who complete, you can upload in the chat box the coding. हाँ बोल बेटा. सा. Okay. Okay. हाँ. Okay. Let us see now. Okay, friends. Madam, can we start? Hello. Hello. Hello, madam. Hello, madam. से जिंकल मैडम નો નંબર હોય તો મને આપો ને. હા કનેક્ટ થવું છે. ઓકે.
हेलो. यस सर.
हाँ શરૂ કરીએ જિંકલબેન.
हेलो.
આગળ શરૂ કરીએ.
हेलो.
એટલે પેલું હોલ્ડ પર રાખેલું છે એટલે કહું છું.
ઓકે, નો પ્રોબ્લેમ સર, નો પ્રોબ્લેમ.
Okay. Okay, let us see, friends. how to do this.
Hello.
Okay, so we have given 4 names or 5 names, whatever. Now our aim is to select one name randomly. Okay, so we need one random integer. That is, say, random choice is equal to, say, random dot randint. Between our position starts from 0 to what? That we don't know. So that we have to take as a length of the list. So it is same way as we were using with the string. Here also len function can be used. The list is names. OK, but our subscript starts from 0. OK, so if the length is 4, the subscripts will be from 0 to 3. And here for the random integer, it includes both the endpoints. OK, and therefore it should not give 4, otherwise it will give you error. OK, so here it should be length minus 1. So we have to find out a random number between 0 to 3 if there are 4 elements. Between 0 to 9 there are 10 elements because subscript starts from 0. So we take random choice is equal to random dot randint into bracket 0 comma len names minus 1. OK, now random. OK, will a by is equal to, we can say, names into bracket random choice. So this random choice is the subscript. It is an integer now. It is randint between 0 to length minus 1. OK, and if we print this, we use app string, say bill pay by, bill pay by is a variable. Bill, we can say, is going to buy the food today. Okay. So now let us run this program. OK, so let me give you names of 5-6 friends. So let me take A, B, C, D, E, F. OK, so we got some error. Name random. OK, so as I have not included the random module, say import random. Now let us run. OK, A, B, C, D, C, F, right? Enter. So you can see the list A, B, C, D, E, F, and here F is going to buy the food today. So random name we got. Let us run it again. Let me give some names here now. Manoj, Mahesh, Mitesh, Akshay, Sachin, and so on. Okay, so Manoj is going to buy the food for food today. OK, so in this way we can find out the random item from the list. But to find the random number and to find the length, without doing this, we can also do this. We can say that the random choice is equal to, so there is also a choice function. We can say random.choice into bracket simple names name of the list. Okay, that's it. So no need to find out the length, no need to worry about the subscript. You simply use the choice is the function which will give you the random name or random item from the list. Okay, now let us run this. Say A, comma B, C, D, F, whatever different names let me give. Okay. Okay, some error I got. Bill pay by names into bracket. Oh, random choice. This is not true. Because now this is not required. We cannot get this. Okay. This random choice into bracket list name will give you the random item from the list. Because now this will not be a subscript. Now random choice is not an integer. It can be a string. Okay. And that's why this gave error. I think this we should delete this or we can comment it. Now let us run this. Okay. A, comma B, C, D, G, H, and T. Okay. Now what happened? Okay. So this bill pay, it should be random choice. Now. Okay. So T is going to buy the food today. Okay. So in this way, random choice is the function which will give you any item randomly from the list. Okay. So for finding the random, no need to use the random integer or no need to find the length, anything. Okay. So this is all about the random numbers. Now, can you go for a simple program? Okay. Suppose we want to print head or tail using the random number, right? Let me remove this. For example, say random choice is equal to, or we can say random toss is the correct word, is equal to say random dot randint into bracket 0, 1. So it can be either 0 or 1. Okay. We can say if random toss equal to say 1 print head else okay, so in this way we can randomly get either head or tail. Let us run this. So every time we get different input. Because there are only two possibilities. You can have continuously 2-3 heads or continuously 2-3 tails, whatever, but it will be a random. For example, tail again tail, again head, okay, head and so on, tail. Okay. So in this way, we can use the random functions, right? So as far as today is concerned, let us stop this. In the next lecture, we will see one game that is known as rock, paper and scissors. Okay. So can we stop today?
Sure, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.